Greetings, cinephiles. Are you looking for a movie analysis podcast that stands above the rest? Then look no further than Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters.
We analyze good movies, we analyze bad movies, and yes, we also analyze the in-betweens of the world of cinema.
So if you like what you hear, find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts.
And yes, my friends, we are 420 friendly. So when you listen to us, smoke it if you've got it. And now, here's a new episode of Collateral Gaming. The show starts right now.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Zachary Gio.
And I'm Megan Gomez.
And this is Collateral Gaming. Welcome to Collateral Gaming, the only video game podcast that matters, where we focus on good games, bad games, and everything else in between in the world of gaming. We are podcasting across the United States, and yes, my friends, we are a 420 friendly podcast, so whatever you have, smoke it if you've got it.
Hell yeah, brother. How y'all doing?
Oh,
We're here, man.
We're here, yeah. 2025.
A day before the TikTok ban.
Right? Yeah.
That did go through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately.
That's crazy, bro. Can you imagine all those content creators that are just going to have to just say goodbye to their very successful money-making platforms?
I hope
Dude.
I hope they've taken the opportunity while we known about it to move platforms, to be honest. Like
Oh, probably. That, and they're probably so successful on multiple platforms as well that they don't just need TikTok. 'Cause most of those people do YouTube shorts and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be all right.
It's a format that can transition.
The only one that I'm genuinely curious about, like it's like a train wreck that I can't stop watching, is Ash Trevino. I don't know if y'all have seen her on TikTok, but oh my god, this lady, Alexa, play Crumble of Floor, and she's dancing with her hands like a fucking robot. She's the most annoying person on the face of the fucking planet, but damn, people be sending her galaxies. I don't get it.
Megan's out here just roasting content creators right now.
She doesn't deserve a platform, that's why.
Damn.
Neither does Mario, but he's always making one.
Mario?
What did Mario do?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Constantly getting blue balled by Peach. That's what Mario did.
Oh.
I just went 74 and 34 on this game of Call of Duty, bro.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
Damn.
Year in review for me, man.
Well, 2025 is here, so we thought it was a good opportunity to look back at 2024 as a year in gaming. Now, because we have done a few game launch episodes this year already, so anything that we've already made a podcast episode about, we'll go ahead and leave off the list here. You can go listen to our respective episodes on that, just for an exhaustive list of what we've covered this year in 2024. Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, Black Ops 6,
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi Brothership, and I know we also covered The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Yep, there it is. And Silent Hill 2. I think...
Damn, we did a lot of new games. Look at us. Pop off, Collateral.
Honestly, it's been a really, really fantastic... 2023 and 2024 were amazing years for video games. And honestly, it just makes me that much more excited for what 2025 has to offer, because it's January and we already have the sickest fucking lineup for the year. I cannot wait.
Bro, yeah.
Also,
can we just talk about the fact that there was something very big announced like a couple of days ago and we were all quaking in our fucking boots?
Oh, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. I'm so excited.
Okay,
oh
yeah.
My God.
Let's talk about it, because the Nintendo Switch 2 just came out. Announced literally just was it yesterday?
2 days ago.
Or the day before yesterday, yeah, as of the time of recording this.
Friday morning, man. They dropped that shit at like 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Surprise! TikTok's getting banned, but you're gonna get a new Switch.
Hey, that's fine with me. You know, it's crazy. And hopefully it'll release in June, like the leaks have said, because 2 months after June, I will be a father. We have a baby on the way, and I'm really excited, but I want to beat Metroid Prime 4. Because once that child comes, no sleep till Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sleep until 18.
Brother, I cannot begin to tell you how fucking excited I am for you.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to be amazing, and I'm really excited.
I am super stoked for you as well. I am so excited to see what little baby is gonna be like.
Little big head.
Little big head.
The
little
big
baby
head.
noggin.
Full of brains, brother.
Brains and puns and bad jokes.
Puns and bad jokes can be one and the same, depending on who you are.
They are one and the same.
Oh. But hell yeah, guys. We'll cover, I think, the Switch 2 release in greater detail in a future episode, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
I think we'll do a bonus round episode just kind of covering the Switch 2, or what we know so far, predictions and whatnot. And then again in June, once we get the announcement, I'm sure we'll cover it in some form or way. But today we are going to get into our a few picks from 2024 that we had the chance to play but didn't have the chance to talk about yet. As mentioned, any of the games in the list that I gave out earlier, those we've already covered, so you can go listen to those respective episodes. But today, we have 3 games that more than one of us have played and several others that some of us have individually played. So let's get into it.
I'm so excited.
Starting off, we are going to, I'd like to talk about The First Descendant. Now, this is a game Megan and I have both played. So, but Megan, this is the game I know that you're really excited to talk about it, and you'll have played a lot more of it than I have. So I'm going to let you take it from here.
The Goon Descendant. I'm fucking
Not the Goon Descendant. Not the Goon Descendant.
I goon over this shit,
Goon
bro.
Descendant.
It's so good. So first off, I downloaded this. I want to 2-3 days for like an official game. So basically, there was a beta for a very, very long time, and I ended up just being like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'll check it out maybe. And then my buddy Brandis. Why am I having lag issues? Please don't, computer. Oh, there we go. Okay. So my buddy Brandis let me know about it, and he was like, y'all should play this. To be fair, a lot of people compare this to Destiny and Warframe. I have never played either one. I know that's the most controversial shit I've ever said.
I can see it.
But
you're not missing out.
Right. A lot of people are saying that Destiny's dying, all the things that's happened with Bungie in the past year. I was like, I don't know. I've heard it's pretty grindy, but I decided to pick it up. Yeah. Fell in fucking love. Week 1, it's an incredible game. It's so much fun. The grind has gotten a lot better. I know that was a big gripe for a lot of people, having to wait 5 minutes for an outpost. Basically, you are a pick of one of like 20 descendants. They are enveloped with toxic or electric. Some of them are non-attribute. So like one of them is Valby. She's literally just like a water type, and she goes around in circles with little fish coming out of her water and does this thing called plop plop, and it's really cute, and she's very fucking adorable. She goes, bow, boing, boing, boing. It's so cute. So cute. Yeah, there's a lot about this game that I really enjoy, and Alan and I have had the opportunity to play it together. Speaking of, I think that was Alan. He just opened the door and let Lola in here. But yeah, there's a lot of elements to it, but the community is great. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it since it came out and since I started playing is the developers. Nexon has done such a good job with this game. They are so attentive. They listen. Something happens, they're like, oh my God, we're so sorry. Maintenance took 2 hours longer than it should have. So here's 5 free fucking items for you. Like, I've never heard of a developer do that for a game that's continually updating. As of today, it's the 18th. So the Season 2 Void Chaser Part 2 just dropped. We just got the newest Descendant Inez. And in Season 3, they are adding jiggle physics. And
Jiggle physics. Truly a gamer's game.
Wait. It really is though, and like it's a free to play game. So if nothing else, check it out. It's a lot of fun, guys. I think you would all love it. Also, it doesn't cost anything to play. You can do the battle pass. We've done the battle pass since preseason, and you can also pay for skins. If you pay for skins, that does help the developers because the more that the gamers pay for skins, the more that they're able to do for the game. And it's also on Unreal Engine 5, and it's so fucking pretty. And it's a lot of fun. If you are wanting to play, or if you're needing any help with anything, definitely reach out. Let me know, and I will give you my my code. It's just Mirror's Effect, but I can't remember. Actually, you know what? I have my Xbox on because I'm waiting for the new Descendant, Inez. So I'm going to pull it up really quick, and I'm going to look up my number because it has your gamer tag and then a hashtag, and then it's going to have 4 numbers afterwards, and that's your individual ID. And Ash, you said you've been playing this. Why have we not added each other and squatted up?
Good point.
That hurts my one feeling.
So I played this back right before the first season was going to launch because we were considering maybe covering that. But honestly, we were just really busy. I mean, I know I had a whole backlog of episodes as it was, and but I did play some of this back then several months ago, and I picked it up again just yesterday and played some today as well. I haven't played very far into the game. In fact, I started over because I played it on PS5 and then I switched over to Xbox. By the way, I just bought myself a Series X just on a whim. So there's I'm happy to be on board with the Xbox exclusives and with Game Pass especially. And it's nice to finally be able to say that I'm a member of this podcast that has every major gaming console.
Yeah, I'm so freaking excited for you, man. Like I have PlayStation 4, of course. I don't have PlayStation 5, but I love playing my Xbox for social games, and this is one of them. And it's cross-platform, so you can play with multiple people. I love that so much that you can play with, your PC friends, your PlayStation friends, all of that. By the way, I will mention it in the podcast just because I am right here. My number, if you want to add me, is Mirrors Effect, #5957. So please add me. I will take you through anything I need to take you through. And my husband will also be there as well. If you want, we will squad up and help you through any colossi or boss fights or anything that you need. My VS is tanky. My old bunny's tanky. I'm about to get a Nez. I love Keelan. There's so many that I love. I know that I've been going on and on about this, but this is mostly what I've been playing when I'm not playing games for the podcast. That and then one other game. So yeah, this is my baby. This is my destiny. This is my Warframe, but it's got titties and ass. I mean, what more could he ask for?
No, I had a fun time with it with what what little that I did play. I got to the point where I unlocked Bunny as a descendant. So I've actually been. It's kind of been fun being able to try out one of the other characters. I'm not a huge fan of looter shooters. I don't really play a lot of those. I played some of Destiny 1 back, when we first got a PS4, but that was forever ago. Never got around to Destiny 2. I never really played any of the other big looter shooters, besides some Borderlands. I like Borderlands. But that being said, I did have fun with this. I think it's a fun game. The dialogue's a little cringy, but it's kind of one of those things that if you're just like an anime fan, you're gonna just laugh at. And
yeah, for sure.
Kudos to a good fucking developer. And I honestly, in the few months between when I played it before and now, I can already see some changes that were made. Yeah.
They're incredible, and I love them so much, and they really do, like, especially if you like reach out to them and you're like, hey, I've been playing the game, I've noticed issues A and B, they're like, someone will message you back and be like, oh my god, so sorry, definitely taking that into account, we're going to let that know with the development team. They also do have like creator streams that they do. They talk with content creators and stuff. There's a guy named GSXR Clyde. He's on TikTok. But I think he's also going to be on YouTube Shorts and Instagram. He's been one of the big creators that I've followed making builds and things like that in this game. Also, N7 Spectre and Scarlet Kitty. But yeah, by the way, Ash, my old bunny, I have a preset made for her, and her name is Nick with Legs.
Nice.
I've played the First Descendant a couple of times, and it wasn't a bad game by any means. But I'm not a huge fan of looter shooters. But
That's
from
fair.
what I can tell, this game has a huge support system, and that's amazing. So I hope that it has a really long-lasting life cycle. I have a bunch of friends that I work with actually that also play the game, and I'm really happy for them because a really good supporting team that runs a game, you just can't beat that.
Yeah, and I mean that's another reason why, because I was never a fan of looter shooters either. But for some reason, there's something to me that's very alluring about the First Descent, especially once you get into Endgame. Also, they added puppies, so like you have a dog that runs around with you. How the fuck could you say no to that? It destroys loot for you.
Fuck yeah.
So you don't have to do anything. You literally just run through the game. It's great. You just kill shit. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. We love it.
That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. All right. Well, moving on. Our next pick is going to be Black Myth Wukong. This is something that Zach, you and I both played this year.
Oh yeah, still on chapter 2 strong.
Same here. I am also still on chapter 2. I did play some today, in fact, though. It's just the first time I'd picked it up since it came out. Yeah, I mean, it's a solid fucking game. I can see why it's up there for Game of the Year. It looks incredible. It feels good. There's a lot of debate as to whether or not it should be considered a Souls-like. In my opinion, it has enough of the Souls-like things that are definitely Souls-like things, like literally
for sure.
copied from Dark Souls mechanics, and it's an action RPG, so I would say, yeah, it's a Souls-like, even if it's not exactly like every other Souls game.
It's a Souls-like with slightly more forgiving bosses.
Yes.
That actually make the game more enjoyable. Because while I have beaten the absolute pants out of Elden Ring multiple times, it's hard to really get into Elden Ring because you've got stuff that like merciless bosses that constantly rip you apart, and it takes like 20 to 30 tries to get through them. There are a couple of bosses that are really difficult on Elden Ring, but in reality, in Black Myth Wukong, but in reality, if you actually learn the boss and you do things appropriately while following the mythology and the story going on, it's actually a really awesome experience. The strength that you gather from learning skills and actually figuring out the game's mechanics is good to your benefit instead of being merciless and punishing. You don't have to do things perfectly. You can afford to mess up a couple of times and still recover from it. So I really enjoy Black Myth Wukong, plus ancient Chinese proverbs and mythology. It's a really interesting concept, and this game is based off of the old story called Journey to the West.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've read it, Ash, but it's actually phenomenal.
I haven't
read it. It's been a long time since I've read it, but I'm glad that they finally made a game that pays homage to it. And they did a really good job too.
They did, and this game was in development for a while. I remember seeing seeing previews for this years ago, honestly.
Yep.
Like at least a couple years ago. And just floating around on Facebook and other social media. And I remember this was just, they took forever to work on this. And as I understand it, the developer behind it, Game Science, they're actually somewhat inexperienced with console game development. This is kind of their first big project. So that's why it took them so long to release it. That's why the Xbox release was either delayed or canceled because, I mean, let's face it, the Series S is holding back this console generation. It's caused a number of delays and a number of games to not release on Xbox, and it's the reason why Wukong never was, because Microsoft stipulates that you have to develop for both platforms, X and S. And if you can't run on both, then you can't release it on Xbox. So...
That's where I'm kind of struggling right now because I personally play on an S. So we're saving for a house and saving for a PC, but I know that it does kind of hold me back a little bit. I do have like a 5-second delay as compared to everybody else when it comes to loading into games and things of that nature. So I know that even with I know that we were just talking about it. So TFD, like I noticed that I'm like 5 or 6 seconds behind Alan on loading in. So I could only imagine trying to run a game of this magnitude, especially like even Souls games in general on an S. It's just it's not as capable as an X. An X has almost as much computing power as a PC. Wow, that was hard.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. and like I said, it's held back a lot of games this console generation. So that's why Black Myth Wukong is not. And I think again, big part of that was the fact that Game Science is an inexperienced developer, and so while some developers can package and get their shit ready to port, it's a bigger endeavor for a team like this. But kudos to them for such a phenomenal success. I did hear that I think the director of the game or the lead developer or some such actually kind of threw a tantrum at the Game Awards because he was ready and he had prepared his speech and all ready to win Game of the Year and he didn't. Did anybody else hear about that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that he threw a whole entire tantrum. I had a speech and everything ready. It was just, we had issues with console, and I feel like that's the only reason why we didn't get Game of the Year. Like, buddy, I'm sorry.
You just got to do better, friend.
Yeah, I mean, it's your first big title game from your development studio. Be proud of the fact that you got a nom. There are a lot of great games that came out in the past year that did not get a nom, and you are going to be okay.
Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of games that got snubbed, and it's like some years, I swear the Game Awards are like the Oscars, and the ones that are actually the fan favorites do not get the nominations.
Well, you can be a fan favorite while also not being that good,
That's true.
There's true. Millions of players that play Call of Duty, but it will never win Game of the Year because it's ass.
I mean,
if I'm being honest. Now, Black Myth Wukong is not ass, but it didn't deserve Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I don't think it pushed that threshold. Phenomenal fucking game, and it deserved it to be on the nomination. I wouldn't have picked it for Game of the Year either. So I think it's not one of those things where I think it could have won Player's Voice, although Player's Voice was weird. It was a bunch of fucking like Genshin Impact, which didn't even come out last year, and some gotcha games I've never heard of. I don't know what the fuck happened with Player's Voice, but Wukong should have won that, in my opinion, just because of the overwhelming number of fans of it. And yeah, I kind of wish that I had a chance to dig deeper into the game this year because it's a beauty. But all right, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll move on to our next game, and that's Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah, buddy!
Ooh, y'all are gonna have to let me know all about it because I've been wanting to play.
Yeah, actually,
phenomenal game.
Zach, I'll let you take away this one because you've played quite a bit of this more than I have.
Oh yeah, Marvel Rivals is insane. And if you're a fan of Overwatch and you like Marvel Heroes, well, guess what? Marvel Rivals is probably going to be the best game that you've ever played. When you talk about a strategic team shooter, hero shooter, I guess is what you'd call it, this is like the way to go, dude. I have never played a hero shooter that is as much fun as this. I thought I wasn't going to like it because it's in third person, but it's essentially, this is really all you can say about it. It's just Overwatch, but with Marvel characters. They took characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and created a fun team-based hero shooter. But instead of worrying about the level of OP stuff in this game, they kind of made every single character OP and made it to where, if everybody's OP, nobody's OP. And the stuff you can do with these heroes is insane.
Oh, it really is. I was going to say not just the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but this is kind of its own thing that didn't even try to be really MCU adjacent, like for instance Avengers did. This one's kind of just going for their own looks with characters from across the comics, and I'm really here for it. I love the character designs. Going like that. I know there was some people mocking the Wolverine design, and that kind of became a meme. But I honestly think it's cool as shit. I mean, dude's a fucking unit. Let's go. And
yeah, he's not that great though. If I'm being honest, he's not that good of a hero. But people might disagree.
I when I used Wolverine, I did pretty well with him. But I love how the designs are all stylized. My main is Spider-Man, actually. I know he's like one of the hardest characters to play as, but I've actually kind of gotten a feel for it and like his whole play style and also he's just my favorite superhero, so it was worth it for me to invest in him.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that sounds like you asked just because you love Spider-Man in general. I know he's your favorite, so.
Yeah.
So is Black Widow OP, or?
Is she, Zach?
She's actually really balanced. She's got a spin kick that knocks enemies back, and then you can press that same button again to pull them to kind of pull them back and then go for a really nice shot. Black Widow is essentially the Widowmaker from Overwatch. So like the long distance sniper character that can take people out from a distance, and a headshot will kill most smaller, weaker enemies. She's fun to play though, but the main thing that's really cool about this game is the team up abilities.
Yeah.
If you're in a game, like let's say you're playing as Black Widow, because in Marvel history, Black Widow and Hawkeye are like best friends. They work originally Hawkeye was sent to kill her, and he makes a different call, and they become very, very close because of that. And so if you use Hawkeye and Black Widow on the same team, Hawkeye has an ability to where he can see after images of enemy characters, and because of their connection, Black Widow can see those after images too. And if she hits a headshot on one of those after images, it'll eliminate that enemy character. It's really cool. And that is what that and the third person perspective is what separates Marvel Rivals from Overwatch. Plus, it's just more. Wanda, dude, she's ridiculous. She's probably one of the strongest characters in the game. Her ultimate alone can kill most enemies and severely weaken like the heavier tanks, especially like Hulk and Venom. She's honestly, she pisses me off. But I mean, you know what? If everyone's OP, no one's OP, right?
True.
It's true. So who do you main, Zach? Because I know, Ash, you said that you main Spider-Man.
I actually main Hawkeye. I love Hawkeye. I love characters with bow and arrows. When I play damn, Ash, drink that shit. When I played Overwatch, my favorite character was Hanzo. I loved his bow and arrow ability. Give me one second, guys. Let me turn on my fan really quick because I'm starting to sweat.
No worries.
But it's hot in here, man. Tell you what. I'll tell you what. But no, I love Hawkeye, man. I love tracking people and dinking them in the head with my bow and arrow. It's a great time. I also really enjoy using oh gosh, what's his name? Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket.
He's a support. Rocket's a support character that can fire little orbs and heal your teammates, but you can also drop little ammo caches that make your teammates in the area's abilities stronger. Plus, he can climb up walls and like dash forward. And all of the Guardians of the Galaxy that are on the game are fantastic. Like Mantis is probably one of the best healers in the game.
Yeah, Mantis
I love
is good.
that.
So,
I love Mantis. She's so fucking cute.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's free to play, Megan, and you can probably get it. You can probably play it on your Series S with no problem.
Oh yeah, no, you would just be capped out at 60 frames per second, but it would look great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue with that pretty much because I mean, I have pretty good graphics with the First Descendant on the S, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. I'm not also like looking for complete cinematic experience in a game like that. You know, like that's not really the biggest thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for playability, honestly.
Well, that's kind of what you want frames for, really. Is just more frames means better gameplay rather than a cinematic experience. But 60 frames is fine for the average person. 120 is for people that want to get very serious about it. To be honest.
Well, and then you're me, who gets 300 plus.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My boy.
I was having some difficulty actually recording 4K 60. It wasn't possible on my capture card. I'm gonna have to invest in. I purchased the Elgato 4KX so that hopefully I can at least do 4K 60, if not 4K 120, because I have a 4K 120 hertz TV display. I just want to be able to record that. But as for Marvel Rivals, phenomenal game. Also, what a fucking surprise. Who knew a hero shooter was still viable in 2024? Because a lot of people were saying that's why Concord failed, was because they waited too long to make a hero shooter and the market just didn't need a new hero shooter. It turns out that wasn't the problem. You just need a good hero shooter. And, with Overwatch becoming more and more and more controversial, it just made sense that somebody, a good developer could create something free to play. The only thing you have to pay for is what? Cosmetics?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. As far as microtransactions go, right?
Oh, that and Battle Pass.
Battle Pass, yeah.
But Battle Pass is basically in everything
standard.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at the battle pass on TFD, I'm like, battle pass is pretty standard, man.
So a successful hero shooter, and yeah, man, I'm really here for it. I love how all the characters play different, and I kind of love throwing myself into a specific role every game. Hero shooters are something I also haven't really played a whole lot of, so it was nice to actually be able to play that. I played this game on both platforms, Xbox Series X and PS5. I couldn't figure out if there was cross progression or not, so I started over. I don't think there is.
So.
I don't think there. Actually, no. I think I looked it up, and there is not cross progression for this one. First Descendant was the one I wasn't sure about.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about First Descendant. All I know is that it's a game that's good.
It's a game that's good, he says.
Yeah, I mean, hey, props to the developers of both games for making a viable looter shooter and a hero shooter. That are actually good.
In the year of our Lord 2025.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess moving on to those are the 3 games we had picked that more than one of us have played. For everything else, I think we'll just kind of quickly review all the games that that we've each individually played. So, Zach, I know you actually told me a few just now that you played this year. So,
yeah. So, did you make a list? Because I've already forgotten.
Oh my god!
I did make a list. So, you told me that you did play Helldivers 2, and that was a game I had.
Oh yeah, dude! Helldivers 2 is an amazing time. It's basically like a third-person wartime simulation where you're working together for democracy to basically rid the planet of a bug invasion that's taking over. And it's actually such a phenomenal experience. It's so good.
Dude,
it's so good.
That sounds good, man.
I actually haven't played in a little while. Just because I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We've already done an episode on that one, but it's been a good time.
Hell yeah, man. And you also mentioned Spectre Divide and Pico Park 2.
So I've only played a little bit of Spectre Divide, but it's essentially it's a Valorant clone in which you split your character into 2 separate people, and if you basically get shot, your player gets teleported to your other character. So you're 2 separate people, and you can switch between those characters in the game.
Interesting.
It's really cool, and
that is cool.
It's a whole new level of strategy that is very difficult to get into. But
I mean, it sounds cool.
It's cool, but it's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
And Pico Park.
Pico Park is a computer puzzle game that it's a 2D side-scrolling up to 8-player puzzle game that is just. It's goofy as hell, but it's so much fun. And honestly, if you guys want, I believe it's on every system, and you can just get it whenever you want. It's like $5, I think.
Yeah. So
definitely something I recommend.
That sounds fun, actually. And the sequel just came out this year, or last year, I should say.
Pico Park 2 is what I've been playing recently.
Hell yeah. And Megan, you have mentioned Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I have. Speaking of wartime games with a bug invasion. So this game was financed by General Rico himself, partially. So this is a big tie, obviously, to the franchise of movies, which I'm hoping at some point that we will be able to do something with maybe Collateral cinema. I think that would be really cool to tie those 2 in together. So I'd love to do an actual episode on them, because I love Starship Troopers. Alan introduced to it when we were dating. I had never seen it before that. I know, wild, but also remember the type of household I grew up in. So it's literally like you are watching the movie, but in a game, and it's also an Unreal Engine 5. So it's fucking ridiculous. And the warriors, the tigers, you have it. There's a tanker bug now, and they are talking about adding the grasshopper bugs. General Rico himself does play. So you can actually squad up with General Rico. I have not had the opportunity yet, but it's a lot of fun. I play a lot of the time The basically like grenade launcher class. That was very hard for me to say. So there's 6 or 7 different classes. You can be a sniper, you can be a medic, you can be an engineer, which basically you build a base, you defend your base, or you advance and secure and you protect your base. You go out and you get gases to help the Galactic Front. The preseason just ended, but there hasn't been any updates on it yet. But it's a lot of fun. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's literally for democracy, but in the Starship Troopers universe, I'm doing my part. It's a lot of fun. I think that everybody should definitely play it. It's only a couple months old, and it's I think already dropped in price a little bit, but it's just a blast, and it's also I believe in look really quick. Give me just like 2.5. But yeah, I've been talking about it a lot just because I want this game to survive. I want this game to continue. A lot of people are playing it, and it's just so much fun. It's made by Off-World Industries. I don't know that
Off-World Industries. I don't think I've ever heard of that company, but it sounds interesting.
Right?
Yeah, they've got a couple of games. They've got Starship. They've got Squad. Squad 44, Beyond the Wire. Those seem to be their games. But yeah, I've been wanting to talk about it just because I know there's a lot of people out there that love Starship Troopers, and they were made originally for satirical content, but it's a lot of fun, and it's just great to be able to go in there and blow shit up. I'm a suicide bomber. I love it. I literally just run out there and use my Watkins trigger and go back and reload and do it again. It's
got
great.
Megan
so
in game going.
No, people will be dying. They're like, "Fuck, I'm dead." Hold on. Let me go commit suicide. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. But yeah, you can go check out Starship Troopers Extermination. That is a movie that I think we should definitely do on the podcast.
That would be so much fun. And then for y'all to be able to play the game, I feel like you would enjoy it too, because it's very similar. Like even down to like just the warriors and the drone bugs in general. Like every bug that's been in any movie or even like the series and all of that, they're in the game.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. As for my list, I actually played quite a few games. In fact, several of them I actually just jumped on over the last few weeks or so, basically in preparation for this episode. But I have played Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. This is Yakuza 8, so it's the sequel to Yakuza Like a Dragon. And I actually got that game for Christmas because I was really interested in the Yakuza franchise, and this was the one where they basically made it into a turn-based game. Which sounds really interesting. Like, let's do middle-aged men doing middle-aged men shit, in a fucking Yakuza turn-based RPG. And I played through the first few chapters of that game and really enjoyed it. And then I saw Infinite Wealth had a demo out. So this was during Christmas break when I was back home at my family's, and I saw, after getting Yakuza for Christmas, I saw Infinite Wealth had a demo or a 10-hour game trial. So I played the first 10 hours of the game, and I really, really like it, man. The combat system is fun. I love that you're able to kind of actually move the characters around while you're setting up your next move. Turn-based RPGs are still viable in 2024. There's more than one game on this list that will prove that. And yeah, man, fucking Yakuza is something I'm really excited to get into finally. I'm definitely gonna finish these 2 games at some point if I get the chance to. I say definitely.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. It sounds like I've never heard of that game before, but I mean, hey.
You've heard of Yakuza, right?
Yeah, vaguely.
The game franchise. Okay, so yeah, this is just the newest Yakuza, and yeah, I mean it's kind of making some waves here. So both Sega and Atlas proved this year that turn-based RPGs are still very much a thing, even if Square Enix has moved on from it. Speaking of turn-based RPGs, Metaphor ReFantazio also came out. Atlas hit us with 2 games in 2024, one of which we already talked about, which was Persona 3 Reload, and their new IP, Metaphor ReFantazio. I played the prologue demo for this game whenever it dropped, Really, really fell in love with it. Thought this was really fucking awesome. I want some more of this. So I bought the fucking game, and I've played through the first couple dungeons now. And I gotta say, this game, I think, out of any of the other games we're gonna talk about today, has sucked up the most of my time because it's just so fucking good.
Hell yeah, brother.
No, man, it's a blast, man. Like, here we go with basically what is medieval Persona, but it has some kind of like a job system, like traditional Final Fantasy games. So it's really, really cool, and the story is really good, and it looks good, and the combat is so fun and fresh. And Atlas has just proven that they know, their developers know how to create an aesthetic for a game. Their games just always just eke style, and that's what drew me into Persona. And we're going to talk about Persona 5 Royal here next season, actually, because that was the game that brought me into the Megami Tensei space, I should say.
Well, hell yeah, brother. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. All right. I love how much gaming has just blown up over the last few years. I mean, it's always been prevalent, but I mean, come on. We're just getting lineup after lineup of some of the greatest titles ever released for consoles and PC.
Yeah.
And this year, man, oh, buddy.
Dude.
Next year's year in review is going to be the craziest one.
It really will, man.
So
I mean,
excited.
2024 hit us with a lot. I mean, we got Indiana Jones here right at the end of this year. Oh my God, Troy Baker looks and sounds exactly like Harrison Ford.
I love Troy Baker so much. I've been wanting to play this with Alan, actually, because he loves Indiana Jones, and I've seen some gameplay scrolling through different apps and stuff. So I am definitely going to be playing that this year. Definitely going to be at the top of my list. There's a couple of them that are coming out. I am so excited. Let me just say, for a game that I don't know that I'll be able to play until I get a PC, but it's called Hawthorne. I don't know if y'all have heard about it.
I think I've heard it, but I've never played it.
It's coming out in March, and it's going to be a game where you play as woodland creatures, and you can play with up to 4 friends, and you build a village, and you have different seasons, and you basically just get everything ready for guests to arrive, and it'll be different creatures depending on the season. You can choose to fight or not fight, so it's like a mixture of like a cozy like animal style game and like Skyrim, because you can also have conflict. So nice. I'm really fucking excited for that. I am so stoked. There's a lot of good games coming out this year. There's also going to be the Hobbit Tales of the Shire coming out in March.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. I think my wife is excited for that one.
I am really freaking excited. Also, can we talk really quick about how the Monster Hunter Premium Edition is $110 fucking dollars?
Monster Hunter's ass. I'll never play it. I'm just kidding. If you like Monster Hunter, go for it. I just do not.
I've never played Monster Hunter, so.
Oh,
you know what you're doing? You're hunting monsters.
Har. Another one that I don't know if y'all have heard of. It's kind of similar to Fallout. Atomfall.
Yeah, I heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
That one's coming out soon. It's coming out again in March.
Got her hands on it. She'd love it.
It's like Fallout, but in Britain.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
There's a lot of good ones coming out this year. I'm so excited.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for this year as well. Just a couple more that I wanted to mention that came out in 2024. Astrobot, one game of the year, so I figured I had to try it. I bought it with my Christmas money. I don't know that I have a whole lot to say about it other than that it's a really good platformer. I haven't really played enough of it to see that it's game of the year worthy or not, I guess. But I've gone like through like the first like galaxy, and I've played, and I basically 100%ed every level that I've played so far. So it's a solid fucking platformer. It's a really fun game. I love all the little the little characters, and references and everything. I still can't see why it won game of the year yet, though. Maybe there's something that's I've yet to come across that would really sell it for me. But it's fun and it's cutesy, and I recommend it. I did get a chance to play Collateral. I didn't think that I even would play this one. It was the one that I did not even care about. The one that I kind of shit talked a little because I was like, a fucking card game I've never heard of got nominated, but Silent Hill 2 didn't. But
Yeah.
It was on Apple Arcade, so I was like, I might as well give it a shot. And what can I say? It's a card game. It's pretty fun. It's not really my thing, but I can see why people would get addicted to it.
Really?
So, and it's on mobile, and the mobile version apparently is, according to people on the internet, just as good, if not a better experience than anywhere else. And if you have subscribed to Apple Arcade, it's free. So I tried it out. But I guess
Apple Arcade.
Apple, yeah, man, I got the Apple One premium plan, so it's like it comes with everything, man. I got like the Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, that comes with my iCloud storage, and yeah, it's a good deal.
I know this is random, but on Apple TV Plus, if you are a fan of Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox's film still is very, very, very good.
I've been watching Severance. Severance is really good.
Oh, yeah, dude. She and I started season 2 of Severance last night.
Me too.
Did you?
Yeah, dude. It's so good.
Oh, good. Oh, man. I would love to actually kind of get into maybe like an Apple TV Plus exclusive on Collateral Cinema, or an Apple Arcade game on Collateral Gaming. That would be fun. Future Ash here, recording a little section in post because I think it is a crime that I did not mention this game in our 2024 in review episode, as it is the most visually impressive game I have ever seen, and that is Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. This game looks fucking phenomenal. It is the best looking game of this year, of this console generation, and by extension, just in video game history, at least as far as console games go. So I recommend that as well. Don't think it's a very long game. I played maybe an hour or two of it, and yeah, it looks really, really fucking good. But back to the show. But yeah, I guess that'll cover our basically our coverage. There's a few other games that came out this year and sucked or didn't, Suicide Squad, Unicorn Overlord, Stellar Blade, Concord, Space Marine 2, and Dragon Age. I don't know if you guys had anything to say about any of those.
Nope.
No,
Concord
but Outlaws did
failed
come
and
out.
it should have.
Yeah, Concord deserved the shit. I've heard that it was not good from a friend of mine that plays.
Star Wars Outlaws, one of the biggest flops ever.
Star Wars Outlaws. Oh, I did want to talk about that one because I did play it. Dude, that game slipped my mind so much that I forgot to put it on my own fucking list. Because well, I played through the tutorial. I started getting into like the open world. And I mean, I kind of like the story. It's a fun Star Wars game, but it doesn't do anything remarkable. It's just kind of a meh, like a nothing burger. It's a Ubisoft game. What can I say?
Yeah,
burger.
I was excited for it just because we love the Jedi game so much, and we love Cal Kestis. That I was like, oh my god, like another Star Wars game. But I haven't heard anything of note about it, so I was like, I'm not about to drop $70 on something where it's not nom for Game of the Year like Jedi was. There's no accolades about it. There's nothing. I'm gonna drop my money on it. Fuck that. I'd rather just spend.
Well, I did drop $70 on it for this podcast, and I actually almost forgot to talk about it.
I can't believe that.
That's how unnoteworthy it is.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah, I heard it's getting some good updates. That's nice. I don't think it'll do a turnaround like Cyberpunk or anything, though. I think.
Yeah, that was what I was going to talk about with Cyberpunk. That I was going to give a little bit of a applause for the developers. They seem to have turned that game around, man.
Did they have an update in 2024?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, I think they released.
I think it was like October.
Did they do a big expansion this last year, or was that 2023?
I think it was the update. It's like 2.2 or something. I can't remember. It's there. I know they had like a whole like redemption arc thing.
Oh, they did. I think they kind of turned itself around back in 2023, but I'm trying to remember if there was anything noteworthy that happened. I don't think anything really happened with it in 2024.
Well, they updated. I think it was like December was when the the stuff dropped. Like what I think they announced the update in 2023 and they were like, hey, we're working on it. We know that like it kind of flopped, and then they popped off with the thing like December 10th or something like that, I would say. Or maybe that was an update to the hotfix that they did. I'm not entirely sure. Not 100% on that.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, kudos to them. I mean, for turning everything around, they did good with that. And you know, yeah, we had our flops this year. Suicide Squad, just why the fuck did they kill off Arkham Batman? I don't understand. Disrespectful. Apparently, they turned around and they just revealed that this was like, apparently as of the last couple days, they revealed that it's just a clone of Batman. So, but I can't see this game as taking place in the Arkham universe anyway. It's just too different.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed as well. It's nothing like Arkham, and I don't understand why they even decided to add in any ties to it. Like, let that trilogy lie where it lies. If you're gonna do it, that's all that we need. We don't need anything else from you regarding the Arkham Batman. Thank you very much. Next.
Yeah, they disgraced that whole namesake.
Yeah. It's like what's his name? Chris Hemsworth's little brother trying to do The Witcher. You're not fucking Henry Cavill.
Bro, did y'all see that picture? It was diabolical.
Oh no.
Liam Hemsworth, that's his name. Miley Cyrus's ex-husband.
Yeah, nobody. People kind of stopped caring about the Witcher TV series in season 3. You know, just because I feel I've heard that they kind of start to really deviate from the source material as of late.
Yeah.
And then Henry Cavill left and it killed the show. So I mean,
right. When Cavill leaves something, it fails.
True.
Actually, I don't know. So this new Superman looks good.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about it. I trust James Gunn because he's a phenomenal filmmaker. He's never let me down.
That's true.
And
but I mean, just like the new Justice Leagues and stuff that they wanted to come out with, and the new stuff that were nothing to do with Henry Cavill's Superman. I'm like,
well, yeah. I mean, he kind of dropped out like a few years ago. Really, I mean,
yeah.
Like, we haven't gotten anything new with Henry Cavill. The last new thing he did was
Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Well, Zack Snyder's Justice League. I was going to say that was the last DC thing he did.
And,
you know.
Yeah, I think the last project was Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, but
Also, congratulations to Henry Cavill because his baby was born today.
Yes. Oh, congratulations.
Papa Cavill.
Papa Cavill. Fuck yeah, Daddy Cavill is actually a daddy.
He's now a DILF. And I would climb that tree like my life depended on it.
Not a DILF.
Like Bruce Banner in Marvel Rivals. He's just, dude, he's got those daddy vibes, man. I'm telling you. Like he looks way too attractive for Bruce Banner.
I don't know.
I'm like, damn, daddy. So yeah. Suicide Squad sucked. I have no interest in playing it no matter how much they drop the price. Fuck you. I'm not even paying $5 for that. I wouldn't even play it if it were on Game Pass. You'd have to pay me to play it.
Ooh. Insult to injury. Damn, even Anthem was considered playable. Damn.
Concord. Enough said. I don't think there's anything else to say about Concord.
No. I don't want it.
Dragon Age was the big Dragon Age the Veilguard was the big controversial one this year. I will say that if you're a trans person and you're really happy about, the way that that's depicted, and that's a win for you, and I'm really happy for you. I haven't really played any of the game to know if it's good or not as far as the game goes. Some of it, I will say, this is going to be my hot take. This is going to be my podium moment. It does seem like it's kind of really trying hard to push some stuff. Like they're like let's have whole quest lines about this, and let's have all these dialogue. I don't know if I were in that community, I would feel like I was being pandered to personally. But if you like it and it makes you feel happy and you feel included, then 100% I'm happy that it exists for you.
Yeah, I wanted to play just because I'm a fan of, the Mass Effect series, and, Dragon Age is one of their other big titles, but I don't know. I'm the type where I kind of just rather play like Origins, just because of all the things that I've heard about it. I also just haven't even had the opportunity to play it just because I've been playing, everything else under the sun and trying to play things for the podcast and it's something that we haven't really discussed covering, so I don't know that I will potentially, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try it. I'd like to try Dragon Age. I mean, honestly, I haven't really played any of the Dragon Age games, and I would love to talk about one of them on the podcast at some point. But yeah, that was our 2024 year in review. The last thing I would like to end this podcast with is a personal Game of the Year awards. So we're going to give everybody a chance to talk about the one game that they played this year that was their favorite, or maybe even just one game, even if you didn't play it, that from what you know, you felt really deserved it. You can go either route with this one, but I'm going to go ahead and start it off with you guys, and then I think everybody here already knows my pick, but...
Mine is definitely going to be The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. It was a phenomenal title. That was a wonderful adventure that finally gives us the chance to play as Princess Zelda. They brought back that traditional Zelda feel while perfectly executing those open world elements. And I'm really happy that this is the step that we've taken in the direction with the Zelda series. And I'm really excited to see where 3D Zelda goes with this and how they continue that story. I'm ready for the next big 3D adventure with Link, but Echoes of Wisdom was a great time. And as far as fresh games that I've played, Echoes of Wisdom, and a close second would probably be Black Ops 6, because I'm playing it right now. So it's a great time. I've put many an hour into Black Ops 6.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, both of those games are definitely up there for me. Echoes of Wisdom wasn't my game of the year, surprisingly, even though it was a Zelda game. Maybe just because it wasn't like a main Zelda game, or maybe just because the envelope was so heavy for me. But it's definitely up there in my top 5 for sure. Like, yeah, but both of those games, to be honest, a fresh new Zelda game that was really innovative. And we have more to say about it in our own episode, of course. Megan, how about you?
I'm gonna have to agree that was definitely up there for me. I would say in terms of other games, I also just because of me playing since July, since it was released, I'm gonna have to say the First Descendant as well, which I feel is kind of obvious at this point. But I really wanted to give a shout out to Nexon. I really do. Awesome. I know that there is some also civil unrest in Korea right now, so I am a little bit through the development teams just because it is near where a lot of the stuff is happening as far as the riots and things like that. So I hope that everybody at the team is safe. But yeah, I really, there was so many great games that came out this year. Echoes of Wisdom is just beautiful and wonderful. And I'm so happy to finally play as Zelda. So it, just such a great thing for me. And also, like, I just love being able to conjure tables right away.
So you did get a chance to play it.
I did, yeah.
We actually could have brought it up as a talking point, to be honest, because you weren't on that episode, and I'd love to hear what you thought about it.
It's so much fun. I'm in the beginning of it right now because I just got it not too long ago, but I'm loving it so far, and it's so much fun. And Zelda's, and I'm just so stoked to continue the story. Yeah, it's I love Zelda so much, so it's this isn't even the worst thing for me ever. Also, may I just mention, I haven't even shown this to you guys yet, and you won't be able to see this, obviously, listeners, but a friend hand 3D printed the Master Sword for me, and hand painted this. So yeah, I'm very much in my Zelda era. It sits on my shelf on my desk. My whole desk is Zelda themed, so yeah, it's really special that I got that days after.
That's badass.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for me. I mean, First Descendant for sure, definitely. And Echoes of Wisdom.
Nice, good picks. Both of y'all. For me, I'm gonna have to go with. I mean, you guys already know. I've already said it on the podcast even before, but Silent Hill 2 just blew it out
Right.
of the park for me. Holy shit. And I've played the original game recently, in order to be able to compare the two. I talked about them for 2 episodes, so you guys can listen to my thoughts on it. Silent Hill 2 just... And I know it was a remake, but if Shadow of the Erdtree was up for nomination, and I think it should be, personally, I think if a DLC is big enough, I mean, ideally the best thing would be a DLC to have its own category. But not having that as an option, if a DLC is big enough and it's something that like, okay, here's a DLC, an expansion alone that would rival the content of a standalone game, then yeah, it's up for grabs. Also, remakes that change enough of the game to be considered a separate game. So, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. That's pretty much just an exact same remake of the original game. Like it was nothing, not much was changed enough. It's more of a remaster in terms of content, but it is technically a remake because they did it from the ground up. And it's the same thing as like The Last of Us Part 1. It's the same fucking game.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't count. But something like Silent Hill 2, for sure. I mean, it's a brand fucking new game. The Final Fantasy remake games, those are so different that they're really not actually remakes. They're more like alternate timeline sequels because they're not even the same genre of game, so or subgenre. But yeah, that was it for me. Silent Hill 2 was just what a fucking surprise. Everybody thought it would fail and it didn't. So that was it for us. Like we said, 2025 is going to probably be also a phenomenal year in review episode to just cover everything that that slips through the cracks. And I mean, even this year with as many game launch episodes as we did, a lot slipped through the cracks. So I'm glad though we were able to talk about that, and I look forward to 2025. We've got the Nintendo Switch 2 coming, Metroid Prime 4 as well, and it's going to be great. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave us a 5-star review or feedback on your platform of choice. You can also support us on Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon, and we do have a merch store on TeePublic. Also, check out Collateral Let's Play. We have that on the Collateral Gaming and Collateral Cinema YouTube channels. I just released today a new episode of Call of Duty Saturday, where I was doing some camo grinding on hardcore face-off mosh pit on the Black Ops 6 multiplayer. So that was a lot of fun. And we're also going to have out Phoenix Wright Wednesday, hopefully next week. That series will make a return with Bo. This was a great year for Ace Attorney, by the way. We got like 2 new collections of Ace Attorney games. So I think that series is making a comeback very soon. I think Capcom's sending us a message with that. And yeah, we'll continue to play through Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and the rest of the games in the franchise on Collateral Let's Play. Very soon, I'd also like to start just recording the first section of games that I'm playing for the podcast and release that on YouTube as well. And, maybe some games we can continue to do as Patreon content. And I'd like to add to the Patreon content very soon here and have some more Let's Plays ready that are exclusive content. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, and yes, the Dead Bird app.
The Dead Bird app. Good God, sir.
Some weird fucking app that's the same
One
as the
letter.
letter of the alphabet for some reason. Yeah.
It's just one letter.
That one. And Zach, Megan, anything that you guys want to plug? I mean, I know, Zach, you're kind of getting into like the streaming game. And I think we've got some pretty awesome news as far as other podcasts go, too.
Oh, yeah, dude. I just basically got invited to work with the Omega Metroid podcast a lot more often, which is super exciting. Their hosts, Andy Spiteri and Duminal Crossing, are phenomenal guys, and I actually participated with them in Metroid Trivia and named that tune, which will go live sometime in February during the Omega Metroid Marathon. I believe it's the 12th through the 16th. So I'll actually be doing a Metroid Fusion randomizer for that on that Saturday. So I'm really excited. Y'all should come and check it out. I'll give y'all more details as we get closer to the event. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited. We're gonna hopefully collaborate with them soon in the future. I know that things are really busy on their end right now, but I mean, you never know. So it's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be a good time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, a Mega Metroid. Love the guys over there. Love that show. I definitely want to work with them in the future, collab on something that would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. They're great guys, and I think we would work really well together on a really nice episode that's Metroid themed, more than likely.
I mean, we could do Game Launch Edition with them for Metroid 4.
Metroid
Oh,
Prime
that would
4.
be sick, actually.
And our Super Metroid episode is supposed to be released this month. Actually, I forgot to mention that's what's coming up next. Our 2-part Super Metroid episode, which is our 50th episode.
Yay!
So that is actually happening. Should at least have part 1 out by the end of the month here, and yeah, really, really excited to get into that, as well as the rest of season 7.
Lucky number 7.
But yeah, Zach, I know you're kind of starting out streaming, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm on Twitch at Mr. Zio, and that's MRZUILLLOT because I'm a sadist apparently. And so it's really exciting. Going live and doing all that stuff is a lot of fun. So come check it out. I'll go live.
We should stream together.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I go live. I'm trying to create a schedule where I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but with a baby on the way and stuff like that, we're kind of trying to prepare for that as well. So I might have to put that on hold for a little while until, we have a super sleepy, happy baby. So
yeah.
Hey, I would like to actually collaborate with you on Let's Plays then maybe. Like if we're doing, because we can do it as a live stream too. So if we're doing like Call of Duty or something.
That sounds good to me.
Zach, you should definitely try the First Descendant and play with Ash and I. We do that too.
Yeah, I could do that. I could also cut my scrotum off and wear it on my head.
Sir.
Those are 2 things I probably will not do.
I have tanky characters. I'll play you through it, I promise. Then you can get a puppy and play your endgame with me.
It's those looter shooters, man. They feel like there's no end in sight and there's no hope for a climax. And I'm just like,
well, there's a story to it as well.
Yeah, it's apparently gooning and edging.
Yes.
My God.
Also, I haven't even mentioned it yet because I know y'all have been talking about streaming. I'm at Mirrors Effect on Twitch, and I'm trying to just stream as much as I can. I have 5 followers, but I'm enjoying it regardless.
Yeah.
Hey, 5 followers is better than 0 followers. Never forget that.
That's true.
We need to all do more live streams together because here with the Let's Plays, I mean, I can live stream that while I'm fucking doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's definitely work together and I don't know, stream together.
I was actually thinking about texting you today whenever I was live streaming and asking about anything Collateral Gaming, but I didn't. I'm just gonna stream. It's fine.
But hell yeah, guys. I guess that's all for now. With all that being said, I've been Ashley Chancellor.
I've been Zachary Gio.
And I've been Megan Gomez.
And this was Collateral Gaming, and we are out. Collateral Gaming is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and game clips are owned by their respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor. I'm like, damn, daddy.